Yo, Breezy.
Yo, yo, yo.
Brandon Aiyuk is in the headlines again. We have made it a good point to not talk about him, but guess what we got to talk about today?
BA.
Let's get it, baby. Title of today's episode is Enough is Enough, man. Wayne, I don't know about you, bro, but I am tired of this stuff. I know you out there, you working right now. Have you seen all that is going on in 49ers land because Ian Rappaport decided to tweet some stuff?
I don't know if it started with Ian Rappaport, but stuff was going on before he tweeted what he tweeted. But right now, if what he tweeted is correct, it sounds like the Niners are putting the pressure on Brandon Aiyuk to make a decision. That's what I'm getting from what Ian Rappaport tweeted, because basically, if I am interpreting what he said the right way, correct me if I'm wrong, Big Broski, he's saying that the Niners are accepting the offer that the Steelers are submitting. And if I read into it after that, apparently it's not even a first round pick. So I don't know, man. I just want it to be over like you do, bro. Like real talk.
Yeah, I'm not gonna speculate on what the compensation is right now because we all know that it's just people throwing stuff at the sky right now. No one reveals what the compensation is before a trade actually happens. With that said, though, it seems as though, like you said, based off of what Ian Rappaport tweeted out, the Steelers have made their final offer to the 49ers, and the 49ers seem to be content with it if BA is not going to sign their offer that they have on him. There's other podcasts, stuff like that out there right now where people are saying, oh, well, BA is giving the 49ers an ultimatum. Match the Steelers offer or trade me to the Steelers, but either way, I'm getting that number this season. That's what people are saying. Josina Anderson's tweet was my favorite one. You can go ahead and talk. Get your thoughts off right now, and I'm gonna pull up Josina Anderson's tweet.
Like I said, man, they both are trying to take, I guess, the forward mark on the deal, and I just don't get why the Niners and Brandon Aiyuk's camp just can't come to a compromise. I think for me, that's my only issue. When you get into a deal with somebody, like no one wants to be the person to give in. That's just a thing, right? And that's where the word compromise comes in. I give a little if you give a little. And I just don't understand what the issue is. Now, I go back, Mike, to the end of the Super Bowl and the exit. And I think if you pay attention to that exit from Brandon Aiyuk, that to me is kind of what's setting the tone. And I think people are forgetting about it. And I think Brandon Aiyuk feelings were hurt. And this is before we talking about money, before we talk about anything. It was just a simple fact of usage in the biggest game, on the biggest stage, under the biggest lights. And you go back and we analyze the film, he was open umpteen amount of times and wasn't targeted. And I think Aiyuk's statement is what pissed the 49ers off. And I think that's where, using my psychology background, that's where the beef started. Like the disconnect. So you go ahead and read, Josina. I'm just making my speculations. And I'm putting my puzzle pieces together. I'm not right. I'm not wrong either. I'm just putting my own puzzle pieces together on why maybe they're not coming to a compromise. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay. All right. Let's read this from Josina here. She says here, and I quote, adding what I'm hearing. Adding what I'm hearing. My understanding is that the Steelers believe an agreement is currently complete on their end and has been for an unspecified period now to trade for wide receivers Brandon Aiyuk. But that the organization is still waiting for final approvals from the 49ers per source. Rap Sheet was the first to report this update. Additionally, now this is the part that I want to pick your brain about, Wayne, so I want you to pay attention to this part. Additionally, when I asked about the reason for the ongoing delay in consummating a deal, I gathered from the rhetorical questions in response that there's lingering curiosity on whether San Francisco was still reviewing its options and leverage. Again, I'm told it's a waiting game. So what she basically said is this. The Steelers have made their final offer. They're not getting anything else. They're not adding anything else. This is what we were willing to give up for Brandon Aiyuk. Here's what I love about this tweet. She doesn't mention anything about compensation for the 49ers. She doesn't mention anything about contract for Brandon Aiyuk. It is, this is what we're willing to offer in order to acquire that guy. The ball's in y'all court. We're not going back and forth. And this has been this way for some time now. Here's what I want your thoughts on, though, Wayne. It says, when I asked about what was taking so long, she got rhetorical questions in response. Wayne, we got kids. We got family members who get on our nerves. What does it mean when we start asking rhetorical questions to people in response as our answer?
Like I said, bro, this joint is it's clearly the case that Brandon Aiyuk doesn't want to leave and the 49ers don't want to move on. I don't know how many more times we got to say that. The issue is the 49ers aren't budging and Brandon Aiyuk's camp isn't budging. And it's going to come down to if they can find a way to come to a compromise. I said that at the beginning of the episode, or somebody's going to give. And I'm going to be honest, if I'm the team, it's tough. It's tough if you're the team, because if you give here, you're setting the precedent or the mark to the next person. Oh, you gave to Brandon Aiyuk. Why you can't give to me? Oh, now you want to talk about bad blood and divaism? It be like that. And see, the thing, you know what I hate about contract situations and negotiations? The numbers get put out there, and that stuff isn't private. It's super public to the public of all publics of the republic. Like, it's public, right? And I hate it because it's like everybody's going to have a say. Everybody. But I do like what Josina did. She didn't speculate any of the bogus numbers that were put out this whole time. We still don't know what the number is. We hear that the 49ers are saying 26 million, but we still haven't heard that from the 49ers. We hear that Brandon Aiyuk's asking for 30 million, but you still ain't heard that from Brandon Aiyuk. Somehow last week they had a meeting, a sit down, they ironed it out, they hashed stuff out, they got stuff off their chest for the second time. Mind you, the first meeting was with Brandon Aiyuk, was by Brandon Aiyuk meeting with the 49ers. They hashed stuff out then. And then all of a sudden the number came to 28 million. At this point, Mike, I just don't get that Brandon Aiyuk is going anywhere. But the Niners are trying to put the pressure on him to make the decision. Brandon Aiyuk's trying to put the pressure on the Niners to make the decision. You want to trade me? Here's the compensation, and I'm willing to accept what the Steelers are going to offer. Remember, at the end of the day, Mike, there's no trade clause, but somehow Brandon Aiyuk has a no trade clause.
All right, so I did look into that some more if you want to hear the interesting side to that, Wayne.
I mean, sure, I'm sure there's a loophole around the bylaw, like around the law. Like, I get it.
Yes. So apparently they can reject it by not showing up and doing the physical. But I am still currently researching that. If you saw how many tabs I have open over here and what exactly that means, you would think I was crazy, because apparently a team can still get the player even if the player fails the physicals. That team has the right to void the trade, that doesn't mean that the trade is actually voided or something of that nature. So that's what I am currently over here trying to decipher and break down and all that nonsense.
Mike, can you still hear me, Mike? I'm sorry, I took my
Yeah,
earpod out. I don't know.
absolutely, I can hear you.
I just decided, you don't have to decide this, but I decided to accept the fact that there's a no trade clause. I think just to ease my mind, I'm just going to accept it. Just to ease my mind. Because at the end of the day,
That's sad.
It's just, you know what it is? I don't like this. The Steelers ain't offering what the Niners want. And if they're not offering what the Niners want, I just don't see the Niners moving on from Brandon Aiyuk. The timing is piss poor. And unless Brandon Aiyuk is causing pure hellfire, which he isn't, unless he is, I don't see them moving on and accepting way less than what he's worth and losing on the deal. So here's my thing. Why lose on a deal to Brandon Aiyuk when you could just pay the motherfucker pay him an extra $2 million? Make it make
That's
sense.
why I don't believe these rumors.
What's the 80s term from the group Public Enema? Don't believe the hype. Hey, don't believe the hype.
I know y'all heard what Wayne just said. You called them Public Enema.
I had to channel my house party days, bro. Remember, that was the first time I saw John Witherspoon. They playing that damn Public Enema.
Oh, it was a callback. See, I only saw House Party one time my whole life, bro. I saw it though. Don't take my card. I saw it.
I can't take the card.
I saw it.
But speaking of taking the cards, real quick, just to throw a quick sidebar. I was at my church's gathering on Sunday, and my pastor did not know how to play spades, and so I took his card. I'm probably going to get docked, but I took his card, and he can't have it back until he learns how to play spades. All right, back to you.
You got a young pastor or?
Absolutely not.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Listen, man, here's what I think. You know what? This is what we're going to do. This is going to be the last time we discuss this on this show until something is final. I'm on no harm, no foul. I'm not discussing this no more.
Can somebody out there please cue the bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit?
I know what you're saying, but listen. So after this episode, I'm not discussing it anymore. So I want to ask you for a prediction. How does this Brandon Aiyuk saga end in your mind this season? Doesn't necessarily mean a new contract either. So I want you to be clear what I'm asking you. How does it end this season for the 49ers? The Brandon Aiyuk saga.
See, first of all, I believe he plays for the 49ers and gets extended. In my opinion, whether he gets extended now or during the season, I think he gets extended. It doesn't make because for one, Brandon Aiyuk can play that game, bro. So that people keep forgetting. We talked about this. Like Brandon Aiyuk can play the game. All right, you don't want to extend me, Mike. I said to you, if I was Brandon Aiyuk's agent, I would go to Brandon Aiyuk and say, "Listen, I'm gonna see if they can bump your pay up for this year. I'm going to see if they can give you what the franchise tag number is, 22, 23 million, right? And I want you to go out there and I want you to play. But you only got to give them 7 games. Give them 7 games. And if Brandon Aiyuk does that, man, I know the faithful going to go crazy. But contractually, he would have fulfilled basically his contractual obligation to play to accrue a season. And then it's going to get really bad. So if I'm the Niners, there's got to be somebody in the building that's thinking that way and say, yo, it's better we figure out this now rather than later. And so they got to get it done. And I think that's why Josina put waiting game, because it's going to take a minute for them to figure this out. And I mean, there's a possibility Aiyuk isn't playing week 1, but he's going to get 7 games minimum as a 49er until he's extended.
This season.
Until he's extended. If he's extended, he plays full out.
All right. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. That is Wayne Breezy's official prediction for the Brandon Aiyuk saga. He will be on the roster week 1, and he will play at least enough games to pass the accrued season requirement.
Bingo.
Are you going to put your feet in that he gets extended also?
Yes, I said he's going to get extended.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what Wayne is saying, y'all, crystal ball time here. Brandon Aiyuk will play 7 games or 8. I forget what the requirement is.
I think it's
Then
7.
all of a sudden, he's gonna get this hangnail on his left pinky,
Toe.
and on the pinky toe. Oh, okay. And that's gonna hurt and stop him from running these routes the way that he does. And all of a sudden, he's gonna have to sit there. And they're gonna do X-rays and MRIs, and they can't quite see anything. But I'm telling you, this pain is here, and I can't play. And I'm no longer on my 5th-year deal. But you know what? I know this masseuse that works miracles with feet. And you know what she could do? For about $30 million a year, I heard that she could work this little toe out right here. So Aiyuk is going to come in. He's going to get that requirement. It's officially the 5th-year option is over. And then he stub his pinky toe, and he go get the pinky toe worked out and get the deal. That is Wayne Breezy's official guess. My official guess is Aiyuk will play out the full season here for the San Francisco 49ers. He is not being traded anywhere. He is not going to Blitzburg, Pittsburgh. He does not want to go 8-9 or 9-8, but he does want to get paid. Now, I don't know how much he's going to get paid this season. I believe an extension is coming here with San Francisco. And I think it's going to be one of the highest guaranteed amounts for a wide receiver as far as percentages go. But what the dollar for dollar is, that I don't know. But he's going to get a contract with like 88% or more guaranteed. I really sincerely believe that for Brandon Aiyuk.
I was gonna say minimum 78 to 80%. Like I think it'll be in that range.
Yeah, it's going to be up there.
The last contract that was extended for wide receivers was DJ Moore, 4 years, $110 million. With he was going to get $80 million guaranteed, and when we calculated that out, that was 75% of his contract. So Brandon Aiyuk's going to have to get minimum 80% guaranteed, or he could be looking for a fully guaranteed number if he's taking less per year. It's going to be crazy. Like this is what I'm trying to say.
If you Brandon Aiyuk, would you take? Hear me out. Would you take a 4-year deal?
Okay.
$85 million fully guaranteed.
Yes. Sign me up.
That's only 21.25.
It's less than the number, but it's fully guaranteed. It's less than, you get what I'm saying? Like it's less than 23, 24, but it's fully guaranteed. Brandon Aiyuk won't take that. That number's got to be in the 110 million.
Right.
110, 120. It's probably got to be 4-year 120. What's that?
I got you. I see what you're saying. Because it's gonna. I also said only 4 years. I didn't say 5 years, so I just want you to remember that. I only said 4 years.
So, but I think the number is more 4-year, 120, but not fully guaranteed. Like that's what the Niners are probably trying to offer, and that number guaranteed.
So that's 30 million a year.
That's 30 million. But what if only 60% of that contract is guaranteed?
So 120, half of that would be
60.
60, and then you want to add 10%. So, I mean, are you talking about 72 million guaranteed then?
See what I'm saying? And so we thinking it's the year per year, and it could be the guarantee.
We'll see. I promise y'all, after this episode right here, no harm, no foul. I'm not talking about the BAM show, which is the other daily show that we do here. But the BAM, I promise y'all, I will not be discussing it after this on No Harm, No Foul until there is official news. Not the same recycled BS rumors. He can smirk his face up and do. See, is that what I be doing to you when you be talking? You be like, don't make the face. I be like, that's how it feel?
Yeah, but yours come out naturally. I'm forcing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
We're
be
still
trying to
on
be
that.
subtle. I be trying to hide it. But no, all jokes aside, man, I'm just so tired. Can we acknowledge there's been no new news in this? Can we
It's
acknowledge that?
everything is regurgitated, right? It's a different twist on the same thing that's being said over and over and over again. It's the same thing. It's
Niners
nothing
got to
new.
deal with the Patriots. They got a deal. It's a deal. Oh, but
Like
Ayuk said no.
why even put out the Patriots deal? Why even put out the Browns deal if they turn those down? It doesn't even make any sense. Like why do that? All of a sudden now I saw a post about the Niners. The Patriots were willing to give up Judon and something else and a pick.
It said Judon Bourne and a third.
Bro, smack me, bro. Not matter of fact, smack. Never mind.
Can somebody tell me when compensations ever come out during a trade before or a failed one after?
Makes zero sense.
The only time I have ever heard a team say anything as far as what happened with a trade is when we tried to acquire Khalil Mack from Oakland, and John Lynch said, all I will say is we offered a better deal than what the Vikings did. That's it. He ain't say no compensation. He ain't say anything else. That was it, though. So, like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about, bro? It's okay. I'm gonna get mine off tonight on my YouTube show. Y'all make sure y'all here on YouTube. And for those of you who are subscribers to the channel, not subscribers. What's it called? Not pledges. What's the other thing called in addition to being a subscriber, Wayne? You got them. You taught me. Now you don't know what I'm talking about.
A member.
Yeah, there you go. For those of you who are members to the channel or on the Patreon, I will be going live in about an hour, exclusively for you guys, and then there will be the show later tonight at 9 or 9:30, depending on what time my kids are going to bed. So you guys are going to get 3 shows of my ugly mug just today. So make sure you guys are around. It is going down, baby. All right. Oh, why are they talking about Jim Harbaugh being suspended in college? What difference did that make?
In our chat?
No. I'm looking at the. I keep my alerts turned on X
because
in the background.
he got suspended for buying the cheeseburger for a kid and then lying about it.
He bought. Wait, you are lying. He did not. He got suspended for buying a cheeseburger.
So the NCAA rules is you can't do nothing. This is before NIL probably. And so the issue is he didn't get suspended. He didn't get suspended for buying the kid the cheeseburger. He got suspended for lying about buying the kid the cheeseburger. Like, I think that's what it was. Like he said he didn't do it, and then they found out that he did do it, and so that even though that was still the violation, they tacked him on. Jim Harbaugh was suspended like twice last year, bro. He was suspended at the beginning of the season, and he didn't coach the Ohio State game, bro. They was getting him for Harbaugh said, "F this, I'm out."
And they still whooped us. I remember that. Shut up.
Oh no, I wasn't bringing that up. I was saying that was one of the big games. The last 2 games against the Big Ten, he couldn't coach.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Hey, can I ask you a question though, for real? All jokes aside. You watched the preseason game, right?
Yeah.
You think the Niners are in any position to move on from a wide receiver right now?
No, the injuries are crucial, man. Like the Niners got a lot of injuries at the wide receiver position. The issue is, number one, Brandon Aiyuk's not in camp. Number 2, you're not risking Debo, Jawan Jennings. Those are your prize winners. And so now it's like Chris Conley is bumping up. I don't know why they let go of Frank Darby, but I'm not super upset because they replaced him with the wide receiver, right? Like it would have been different if they let go of Frank Darby.
No, they didn't replace him with a wide receiver.
They did. They got Robbie Chosen. Like that's the wide receiver.
Oh, that happened at the time. Okay, I see what you're saying. Watch your time too, bro. Watch your time. Yeah, it's 5:28.
Okay. And so to me, that's what it is. I gotta head back to the stage, so I do apologize, man. But yeah, so like and I think that's by design, but I just didn't see Frank Darby get hurt. And so it would have been cool if they let him go, but maybe they waived him with an injury so that they can find a way to bring him back. I'm telling you, this is all politics as usual, bro. So they're going to test out Robbie Anderson, see how he does in the game, and then they're going to compare and contrast the two.
Are the 49ers in any position to trade away a wide receiver right now?
Absolutely not. And I saw where you were going with this.
Okay.
Because Ricky
Okay.
Pearsall isn't healthy and he's a rookie. How about we can't forget that these guys are rookies? Cowan, Pearsall are rookies. We expecting them
Right.
to come in and be Malik Neighbors
Right.
and Justin Jefferson. Hell nah.
Right.
They're not gonna be that year one. We don't even throw the
Right.
ball like that for them to be that. They gotta learn routes, get in and out of they gotta learn it's gonna be a process. And they're not even healthy right now. So no, Mike, I don't agree with that. But I gotta jump onto the stage, man, and love y'all guys out there, man.
Go do your thing. Thanks for jumping in and making some time for us today, man. You be safe, all right? Rock out.
Peace.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for Wayne. I'm going to hold out for another 5 minutes or so, 4.5 minutes here, guys. Again, my ugly mug all in your space and in your place right now. So listen, Wayne said it. I do not think the 49ers are in any position to move on from any wide receiver right now. I want y'all to keep something in mind. How much of this do I want to say, Philly? Like, the Niners don't have any wide receivers right now that are dynamic and healthy except Debo. And Debo struggles against man coverage. I know. We've heard the reports that they are working on some downfield explosive plays to Debo. And that's cool. And I've seen Debo in real games catch some downfield explosive plays. I don't see Debo routing nobody up. I don't see Debo breaking no ankles in his route. Now, once he get the ball in his hand, he's got a gear, he makes a cut, and he'll outrun everybody. But he ain't giving none of that. He ain't giving none of that. Pause. Okay? I just want us to be cautious, want us to be mindful of how quickly we are listening to these rumors and just assuming that everything we see, hear, and read is accurate. I don't believe it's all accurate. Okay? I want the Niners to get it figured out, though. I want them to stop playing with us. I want them to get the deal done so we can go on about our business. This is tiring. It is exhausting. All right. Some other news though that came out. I kind of wish Wayne was here to have these conversations. Listen, this is going to be one of my weekly, maybe annual reminders to you. Well, it's definitely going to be annual, but weekly reminders to you guys. PFF is not all. It's not God. It is not final say or any of that. I cannot stress this enough to you guys. It's cool, something fun to look at and see if it matches with what your eyes tell you. But when it doesn't match what your eyes tell you, don't be afraid to speak out against it because someone's going to throw those numbers at you. Just want to remind y'all. Just want to remind y'all. Some of the grades that they gave out, I ain't really vibing with it. Just letting y'all know. Not really vibing with it. I saw some guys who look good as wide receivers pass blocking. And I heard those same wide receivers had really bad pass blocking grades. I don't know about that. I saw some defensive linemen struggle to shed tackles. They got graded out pretty good. Some of the defensive linemen that we all did our overreaction shows, and I say we all, I'm talking about all of us content creators, we highlighted and celebrated and said these guys had really, really good film. And you know who else said the same thing about that same person? You guessed it, head coach Kyle Shanahan. Go look at those grades. You're going to be surprised. So allow this to be the sprinkle in some hate section of the show. PFF is not everything. They tried to tell us that our favorite offensive lineman from the first preseason game didn't do well against the run. He didn't run block well. I don't think that we should necessarily subscribe to all of these things, guys. That's all I want to say. All right. When there is more news to discuss concerning Brandon Aiyuk. We will discuss it here on No Harm, No Foul. We will discuss it on the Wayne Breezy channel. We will discuss it on the Nothing But Niners channel, Patreon, and for the newest members. But that's going to do it for today. All right? No team is safe when the Niners are on the prowl. I'm Mike. Where's Wayne? I don't know. But this has been No Harm, No Foul. We out of here. Peace.